Welcome, my Virgo babies. This is your weekly reading for the 5th to the 11th of April 2021. As usual, we're going to split into two parts. We're going to deal with finance and career first, and then we're going to have a look at your love and relationships. So let's get started. Spirit, what do we have for Virgo for finance and career for the upcoming week? Virgo, finance and career for the upcoming week. Spirit, finance and career for Virgo for the upcoming week. One more shuffle. Virgo, finance and career for the upcoming week. Okay, so leading up, so the last couple of weeks, I see you been mapping out your future, spending time mapping out your future, and trying to juggle things like, if I go this path, how will it affect me financially? And how will it affect my goals? So kind of looking at balances between two things, because what you might want to change might bring in less money, but it might create better balance in your home life. You know, that kind of scenario. And you know, once you get this process going, it's actually difficult to stop it. There's no going back. There's only moving forward. So it's either to improve your current situation or mapping a way to change it. Let's have a sip. Because currently I feel this is, I don't say mixed, but it's you're thinking you're thinking like a person in poverty, when in actual fact your plans are going to bring you victory at the end of the day. Okay, your fear is losing out, but it's being supported by the victory card, which means that the plans that you've been thinking about, you may not have confidence in, but believe me, the underlying principles are strong. What's going on in the background, which you might not be aware of, I think you don't realize how attractive you are to your current employer, for instance, or how attractive you could be to future employers. And it comes back to this self-confidence scenario. I think you think less of yourself than what other people think. Other people think way more of you than you think of yourself and your own capabilities. And you have the Lover's card here, which in this context, because we're not talking about relationships, is I think you're considered an integral partner in what you do. Or if you applied for a new job, I think people see potential of you being, rather than just an employee, but as a partner for success. So the advice the universe has for you for this week is get over the self-confidence, you know. Get over the self-confidence and celebrate what you have right now and be incredibly grateful for what you have right now, because when you express gratitude, stuff comes back to you, and it's supported by this Knight of Battens. Okay, because when you're grateful for what you have, good things will come into you. And I see that. I see that as being the advice. Be grateful because good things will come in. You're protected this week by the Hangman, and the Hangman basically is saying, look at things differently. Okay, and that's what'll protect you this week. And the look at things differently for me is you think you're underrating yourself, where in actual fact people think the world of you. So perhaps that attitude change in your head should come along. And also think differently is be grateful for what you have, even if some days it makes you feel unhappy. And if you're grateful for the good things, more good things are going to come in. Because the outcome at the end of this week, Virgo, I see a strong, like you're on an incredibly strong footing by the end of the week. Okay, like you can't be toppled. As much as you may feel that where you currently are is fragile, that's bullshit. You're on an incredibly strong footing. And then we've got the Emperor card here, which is the hard father, the do it my way kind of father. Okay, and possibly you're going to face that during this week. Perhaps you're going to have to very specific this week to stick to the rules in your current environment. So be aware of that. If you work in a scenario where compliance is important to regulations and things like that, I would pay special attention to that. And where there's non-compliance, perhaps you should speak out, because you're on a very strong footing. Very, very strong footing indeed. Right, let's deal with your love and relationships. I hope that made sense, Virgo. And while I'm shuffling, I'd love you to just pop down and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Because next we're going to talk about love and relationships, and it's going to take a little bit of shuffling, so you've certainly got the time to do that for me. Helps me build my channel. Love and relationships for Virgo for the upcoming week. Spirit, what advice do we have for Virgo for love and relationships in the upcoming week? Love and relationships for Virgo in the upcoming week. What do we have for Virgo, love and relationships? That's too many cards. Let's go. So you've been protected by your words this week, Virgo. And by that I mean, I think this week you're going to have an uncanny way of controlling what you say, that things come out correctly. Or at the very least, the universe is saying, protect yourself by using the correct words, because words have consequences. Okay. So the last couple of weeks I see not conflict, perhaps just standing up for yourself in your relationship. but it's been supported by the Queen of Coins. And so I think the last couple of weeks have been really more about practical things, getting practical things done that may not be relationship orientated, and also discussing the future. So if you are in a relationship, perhaps you're going through a phase of discussing your future in a practical sense. Perhaps even discussing plans about how to manage your finances together going forward. And it might have even been heated discussions, but certainly your partner takes your point of view very, very seriously. So I can't say that there's been conflict. I just see perhaps there have been some heated debates about planning your future. Right now, though, I see you in a state of, like, your relationship in a state of absolute renewal and stepping up unbelievably, like a massive step. And perhaps it's been a result of this conversation you've been having with your partner. Like, you've cleared a lot of things. You're both clear about what your goals are. Each goal is about this relationship and the practical things behind it as well. But I certainly see you being in like the Fool is new journey, like you've met somebody new, but it's not somebody new, I don't think. I think it's renewal. If you're single, it certainly looks like there's something new has absolutely started, and it's adventurous. You're feeling particularly adventurous at the moment. What's going on in the background which you might not know about? Yeah, this is very specific to somebody close to me, and it may apply to you as well, and I can't help but bringing it in, is that there's plans of a celebration going on in the background, and it's a very traditional celebration, which for me looks like wedding plans. It may be just on your mind, or certainly engagement, or if you're single and you've just met somebody, they're planning like this amazing date that will be very like traditional, like with flowers and champagne and perhaps a smart restaurant where you have to dress up. The advice that universe is giving you this week, Virgo, is to stick to your plans. You've made these amazing plans and stick to the plan, and I think you're good at this. Once the plans are there, I think you're really good at sticking to the plans, because sticking to what you've agreed to is just going to keep bringing you closer and closer together. And at any point, if either of you feel that the plans are wonky, then the communication channel is absolutely open to talk about it. So Virgo, so by the end of this week, I think what I'm seeing is that a burden is lifting, all right? And perhaps this burden has been this discussion and this practical planning for your future. Perhaps there's some financial planning which you guys are trying to sort out, and maybe planning for a specific material goal that's been weighing on both of you, or certainly weighing on your mind. but that burden's going to start lifting again. And this Fool card and the Two of Cups just says to me at the end of the week, you're just going to be feeling blissful, quite honestly. This burden lifting and this absolute bliss. That's a fantastic reading for relationships, Virgo, and I'm happy for you. And please give me feedback. And if you don't feel that anything like this applies to you, this is a general reading. It might not resonate with you this week, and let it go. So I'll see you again soon, and be safe.